Hello and welcome to Field of Dreams Disc Golf Course in Great Meadows, New Jersey. Today I'll be walking you through the layout for the NADGT exclusive on July 1st and 2nd. There are a few additional rules for this event to help protect pedestrians and keep the pace of play. So if you are in this event, make sure to watch all the way through and I will see you there. Hole 1, par 4 at 500 feet. It may not be the easiest birdie, but it definitely feels good when you get it. There's out of bounds the entire left side following this fence line, and there will be an out of bounds drawn on the right side. Once you get out the gap, you'll have a 270-foot approach. It's okay to go a little bit straight, but you definitely don't want to cut in early. As we turn the corner, you'll see that the basket is very close to the out of bounds line, about no more than 5 feet. Hole 2, par 4 at 458 feet. The eagle is in play on this hole here, and it's one of my favorite shots on the whole course. The basket is straight ahead, but to get there is anything but a straight shot. Just miss this tree, avoiding the kick left or right, and you'll probably end up with a par. Anything that gets down into the flats here might still even give you a good birdie opportunity. What you're looking for off the tee shot is something that comes to the right and then has a fade at the end, avoiding these bushes. See if you can come out with a 2. Hole 3, par 3 at 204 feet. Basket is directly behind this tree in the middle, so as long as you don't hit it, you can either lay up for par or try and run a very dangerous putt. Out of bounds is all around the green. This tournament has some added rules that if you go out of bounds off the tee shot, there will be a drop zone just outside of the circle, right about here, a little bit on the right side. Place your tee shot well. Hole 4, par 3 at 240 feet. This is a new hole as of this year, thanks to Justin Choka and the volunteers at Field of Dreams. You can take the right side hyzer play over this out of bounds pit, or there is a left side anhyzer or forehand gap. If you do end up out of bounds, there is a drop zone on the left side fairway. Anything up on the flat area is going to be a putt for birdie. Hole 5, par 4 at 412 feet. This plays right to left with some out of bounds stakes lining the entire way to the basket. If you do end up out of bounds off the tee shot, you will take your third shot from the short tee pad. There is a walking path that will get you there if you have a rolling cart. Any great tee shot's going to be somewhere here just before this ditch, and we're playing to the orange basket, so make sure you get it close and you don't have to putt back down that hill. Hole 6, par 4 at 564 feet. The added out of bounds will be a line drawn from the tee box down the basketball courts to the baseball field and going to the right by the fence. The volleyball court will not be safe. Anything going out of bounds to the left will play from where it was last inbounds, unless you end up in this ditch on the left. That will play from the drop zone. Any second shot out of bounds will play from last inbounds, and if you end up in the river, you'll play from where it was last inbounds. A lot of opportunities to get big strokes on this, so play the fairway, try to end up with a par. Hole 7, par 4, 373 feet. This hole initially plays left to right, so anything that turns and has no fade or forehand can get you up towards the landing zone. The air is usually not turning enough or fading early, which will put you in the rough on the left. It'll be a difficult scramble for par from there, but if you do get onto this landing zone, second shot plays left to right as well, so forehands or backhand turnover can get you anywhere close to this last tree at the edge of the circle. It's definitely not a gimme 3, but it definitely feels good. par still is a great score on this one. Hole 8, par 3 at 232 feet. There are multiple ways to get to the basket. You can follow the drone here on this left side tunnel. Arguably is a more difficult shot. There's a lot of stuff to hit. It is a fairly straight shot. If you end up turning in the mid-flight, you'll probably hit some of these trees on the right. You're just going to be laying up for par. Or you can throw the right side fairway with a big sky hyzer. As long as you don't fade too early, you'll probably get yourself somewhere into circle 2, maybe even circle 1 for a good opportunity for 2. Hole 9, par 3 at 280 feet. This is a fairly narrow tee shot from the long pad. You're throwing a right hand backhand. Try not to hit anything and kick to the left, because the river is pretty close. If you have a right hand forehand or lefty hyzer, you'll probably use it. Anything that gets right to the bottom of this hill is a putt from the edge of the circle. Hole 10, par 3 at 266 feet. I hope you like narrow tee shots, because it doesn't get much more narrow than that. As long as you get through that gap right there, you'll probably have an easy up and down for 3. Anything that stays straight enough for long enough will get you a putt, hopefully for 2. Alright, hole 11, par 4 at 332 feet. This is another extremely narrow tee shot and a shot that is probably a second shot birdie. If you go more than 200 feet off the tee, you'll probably be off the fairway. As long as you get somewhere at this corner, you'll give yourself a good second shot. Be careful not to throw too far, because the river is very close. If you take a 3 on this one, you're probably going to be getting strokes on the field. Hole 12, par 3 at 311 feet. This is another tee shot with a Mando off the tee. If you miss the Mando, you'll take your next shot from the short tee pad throwing 3. Beware of that left-hand side, because most of it is going to be thorn bushes and you're not going to enjoy your stance. After you get down the fairway, the only thing to consider is the river at the edge of the circle. Hole 13, par 5 at 519 feet. Another tee shot with a Mando sign. This one is on the right-hand side by the bridge. You want to stay to the left of that. The added out of bounds will be protecting the uneven hillside, so trying to stay in the center of the fairway. Out of bounds off the tee shot will have a designated drop zone about here, a little bit on a right side, and as you get to this tree, it will go to the left, so this whole area will be inbounds. Once you get to the top of the hill, you're looking to go down the other side of the hill, and normal out of bounds rules apply. The road and beyond. Hole 14, par 3 at 339 feet. For this event, the whole area will play as an island. The right side is defined by the cart path and beyond. You must make it over the fence, and following the second cut on the left all of the way to the orange basket will be out of bounds. The entire circle 1 will be inbounds, so there'll be a nice landing area for those big shots. Hole 15, par 4 at 570 feet. This is another hole that has added out of bounds for this event. The left side will be defined by cart path and beyond. The right side will be defined by a flag line. It does push out a little bit to the right, but at 320 feet, it will start to taper back into the basket, aiming at the white sign. It's around circle 2. Your second shot, you want to get as close as possible because it's very windy on this raised basket. You may end up even laying up for par. Hole 16, par 4 at 837 feet. This plays as one of the more difficult holes on the course, strictly for distance reasons. As long as you stay on the fairway, you'll probably have a decent time getting up there. You want to make sure that your third shot will give you a look at the basket. Try to keep it as close as possible because there is the opportunity for rollaways and it's pretty windy down there. Hole 17, par 3 at 318 feet, probably plays closer to 340 because it's uphill the whole way. Careful where you step because the tee box is not pointed directly at the basket, so just watch your step. Once you get up towards the green, make sure you're keeping the disc close to the basket because the out of bounds comes in with that walking path. Alright, hole 18, par 3 at 417 feet. Take note of that walking path. It is directly to the left of this tree line, so any disc that's super high has the potential to get out of bounds and you're not going to have an easy time getting back. There's usually a crosswind that brings your disc to the left, so try getting something that will either flip up and stay straight or throw far enough to the right that you can stay away from the tree line. Let's see what happens on this last hole. And if you've made it this far, I assume I'll be seeing you on July 1st and 2nd for the NADGT exclusive. I'm your tour guide, David Chernati with Ikigai Wellness. If you want to see more content like this, you can like, subscribe, do all the things. That way you're always notified when I come out with new videos. I hope to see you again soon, and as always, send it.